guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Grace, as always, and I have my friend with me today, and we are going to discuss about hectic things, as we always do, complicated topics. But first, I'll let you introduce yourself, and then we can go on.
Hi! Oh, my first YouTube channel.
Oh, really? It's your first one?
Yeah, the YouTube.
Oh, on video?
Yes, on video.
Okay.
Yeah. So, my name is Jen Wangare Mreu. Okay, it's funny how I introduce myself with all the three names. Yeah, but my friends call me Janelle. So
Yes,
you can
you
also.
like Janelle.
Yeah, I also like Janelle.
Yeah.
I'm honored to be in Musin's forum.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Karibu sana. And so we'll just go right into it.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was just telling you offline, Ralph, is of course, if you've not watched my other discussions about patriarchy, you should. They are somewhere in this channel about it's sort of a series.
Yeah.
So patriarchy, I have talked about patriarchy versus other things, and what I think patriarchy has done to me, to the society, and what I think it is. So today we are talking about
And the toxic
exactly.
part.
Oh yeah, and the toxic part, but mostly it has been viewed as if I am against men, or as if I'm fighting men. I mean, I don't want to say I am not, but also I'm not going to say I am. It's just
I
a
feel
conclusion.
it's just the issues that are there. We are not fighting anyone. We are not fighting men. We need the change in the society, and we also need people to stop hiding behind.
And we need to speak.
Yes.
And it's always hard conversations when you're the first one to speak. I mean, I think you receive, not even the first one. People have these discussions in private. When it's the first one to speak about it, like in a public platform, it becomes sort of an issue, right?
Yeah, even in private, people hold back. You're like,
yeah,
you can rant about it maybe to your friend, but it's not something like you will go out there and put it out there. You can get a lot of trolls
and backlash. Actually, it's interesting that you say that, because, and I'm not saying this like the cliche way people say, oh, people have been asking me. You know the way YouTubers say, actually people have been asked and there's no one asking you. You actually
just need views.
Just need views, and then I mean, to be honest, and of course, chances are hawatajitokeza, but people come to my inbox and be like, thank you for speaking about that, or they be like, okay, this is something I tried speaking with people or with my friends, and I was viewed as if I am mad, or I have an issue, or what is that you're talking about? So they usually like, thank you for speaking it in a public. And I am actually here for those 2 or 3 people who I am able to give a voice to issues. And also something that I usually say is I have more issue keeping quiet than speaking about it. Like if I keep quiet, I am not okay. But if I talk about these things, I think for me, I find myself easily drawn to speaking about hard things.
I think it's a good thing, and we really need to speak about it, because I think these are the issues that you bottle up, and it brings other issues. So it sort of draws up a flow chart of other problems. So it started as a simple thing. You felt something was toxic, you kept quiet. It trickles down into other.
You burst it out on your man. You know, this is why men do this. And it is not him. Maybe you were supposed to deal with it in a discussion like this, or allow. Also, it's for information purposes, and also to allow your mind to just widen up to different worldviews on how different people view different things.
Exactly.
We can't all view things in the same way.
Yeah, life would be boring. We need at least 2 or 3 people to
start.
We are
the 2.
We are
missing
two.
one. Okay.
We will be trolled on your behalf, but we will also help majority.
But I usually say that it's okay. You throw the stones on me, but at least you've gotten the point. You've had the point, and it's out there, so it's okay. Yeah. So we had begun by saying we are not necessarily fighting anyone or teteaing anyone. We are speaking our truths, or speaking facts, or also bringing out things that we never talk about. So today I wanted us to talk about patriarchy, of course, and how women, we as women, because we are women, how we just massage it around it. Like, you know that there's an issue, either you won't speak about it, or at the end of the day, that issue sort of benefits you. Because I feel like patriarchy benefits. Let me give you an example. Benefits women, actually, and that's why you will be like, oh, men are lording over us, but at the end of the day, you are not doing anything. Actually, you are supporting it.
You're
by
actually
receiving.
pouring it to the next generation. You know, like, have you ever met these women who are like, you know, you should do this to a man. You shouldn't talk to a man like that. You should. Now they're the one who are enabling you.
Yeah.
In a way that some yes are right, but some are very toxic.
Yeah. So that we go in a systematic way, I want us to start somewhere. So maybe according to you, how do you define?
For me, it's just the male leadership, where we believe that the person, a male figure, whether the first son, whether the man, should be the leader or should be the one who shows us the way. So I'll just
by the virtue of
him being a man or him being male.
Yes.
Let's just say male, because in some movies you watch, someone is so excited because they have given birth to a one-day-old boy, and like
he's the leader.
He's the leader, and he's only 1 day old, and they have already given him things to do. Yeah, it's just the male, the fact that you're born of a different gender, they give you the ability or the power.
They just bestow things on you. I usually say in my last video, I said you're given leadership based on how you pee, because that's the difference. It's just the male organs and the female organs. That's what makes you male or female. So I wonder how a whole generation or a whole leadership has been bestowed on you just because you pee differently from you.
I also get, like, okay, there's the biological part. We are not disputing the biological issues. Maybe, as I was talking about PMS, remember, like, maybe as a woman, when I'm at my PMS, I might behave differently. But it doesn't mean my brain has stopped working. It doesn't mean I'm mad. It just means I am at a stage, but I am a person also. I can handle myself. I can be aware of what I am going through. So you can bring in the biological factors, but it's still not a reason enough to make it that I be a leader when I am a woman, or I cannot make things work. And
I think, because I know my people, and I know people what they're going to say. I think most of you are just thinking, oh, these are just two women sitting and wanting the power. We want to be the leaders. No, we don't want to. But we just want the perspective of what leadership has been meant to be to change. We are not at here be like, oh, so men, stop being the leaders, give us the leadership. No.
Exactly. I was telling you about my conversation with the 10-year-old. He was like, doesn't mean because you're a woman you can't do wrong. The same thing, it doesn't mean that because you're a man, you're always right. Yeah. We are two adults, so we think as two adults, gender aside.
Yeah, I like that, gender aside. And also, when we say that women can, okay, I don't want to speak badly, but what has, even in leadership, like the way in Kenyan politics now, they were against mother. They're like, where is your husband? Will a woman, how will he make as a woman leader?
The reason why he's not married, she couldn't even lead her house. She couldn't make this.
I'm just like, you're just basing it on a woman.
I see that a lot. We can't even go to Martha. Just find a random person talking about issues online. Yeah. The first comment will be, you will be single forever. No wonder you can't get married. You know, men don't like loud people. I wasn't doing it for men. As in, okay,
I think that the patriarchy has taught us to sort of connect everything to how the man will feel.
Yes. So I am here. I'm just doing a conversation, or I'm doing a talk.
Yeah.
Your mind is already thinking about how single I will die.
Oh yeah, no, that topic will come. I mean, in the comment section, people will like, so do you have men in your lives, and what are your men thinking about this? I have gotten those questions. And you were saying that when you look at a random person, Someone actually commented on my. See, I told you. They said I'll die single.
I
No
know.
man will want me just because of speaking of patriarchy.
And you're like, I don't even want you. You man, whatever you are, I don't even, I haven't thought about you.
Like when I was speaking, I wasn't thinking, oh, what will the man think?
I have my time.
You have your own. No, you also have your brain. Like you can speak. So I mean, this generally we are just saying. These are some of the narratives that have been put in our heads by the whole system of patriarchy.
Yeah.
And so even women, and sometimes, and I actually, as I was telling you, I empathize a lot. We do it so subconsciously. We don't know. It's those things that you just know. See, this is how I have known things. So you have not taken time to think differently and feel like, oh, there can be like a different perspective to it. And so even as you're doing it, sometimes you don't know that you actually, whatever you're doing is harming you.
Very true.
It's just like the narrative of a snake when it's small. I think I read it somewhere. There was like a ring around it. So it grew up, and as it became bigger, the ring was
small,
just squeezing the part, and then. But according to it, it didn't think that ring was not part of its body. It just continued growing, and kumbe the thing was eating it up. It was affecting it. So I feel like these doctrines or these perspectives, like patriarchy, it's just like women continue the way you're saying women advising you. You should do this for a man. The man should like this. If you speak, like if we have such conversation we are having now, we are loading it over the man. How will the men feel? Will the men want us? I feel like sometimes they don't see that there's essentially an issue with that already.
Yeah, I also feel the same way you said. It's from the subconscious mind. This is how it's been done. Who are you to do it different?
Yeah.
So it's just that, and I think it's high time we come out and we just don't do things because it's the way it has been done.
Yes.
We sit down and we look at it. We like do the pros and cons. Yeah. We think through it.
Yeah.
And by the time I'm deciding to do something or I'm telling you to do something, it's not the reason behind it shouldn't be like this is how it's always been done.
Yeah.
It should be like this how I have analyzed it and I feel this is the best thing for me to do or to work on. Yeah.
And I feel like for instance, if I come, I mean, when you question something, people already make conclusions. Yeah. Like when I come and sit here, like I'm not even shouting. I can shout, but we can shout.
I know.
We are just trying to be humble and tone it down as you want and have a discussion. But people are like, why are you so bitter? So now are you against when? Are you against men? Oh, and what does the men in your life think about this? Or when, and what she's saying and what I'm trying to support is, let's be able to know that you can question things and learn things for you.
Yeah. And
make a conclusion now based on what you have analyzed. And in the process of learning, doesn't mean that you are this or you are that. Or,
It's funny how people just stick, they outburst it. It's not me versus you. It's just the issues in front of us, and we are trying to see.
It's actually us against issues. So have an open mind to listen, to learn also, and to just know that when someone questions something, does not mean now they are on the it's not a polarized situation. It's not either or. Actually, I was speaking with my friend. He was like, we treat issues as if it's either or. You're either here or, I mean, you can be in a place of questioning and learning. That's why you even go to school. Like, you don't know how this operates, so you learn, and then you make your conclusion.
And there is no harm, by the way, in questioning things. There is no harm in me questioning how a television works and how I can make it work better. I think that's how innovation is done. So why do we always have an issue when it's time to question things that were set before? So I think that is it. So we are not fighting. We are not fighting anyone. We are just building a better society by questioning some of the practices that have been there.
So just in the same breath, how do you think? Now, of course, you've said what patriarchy is, and it's the system where the male it assumes leadership almost immediately by the mere fact that they are males. So how do you think that has affected women, men, and the society? Just You can start with either.
One, I think I'll go back to Proverbs 31. How many women have you met out here and they're like, you need to be a Proverbs 31 woman? And I think in one of my past relationship, the sister to my ex was like, you know the reason he left you is because you couldn't cook. You should cook for a man. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why do you think? Why do you find fault in me? It couldn't work because we had different ideologies.
Yeah.
And we chose to pursue our ideologies, because I don't imagine myself as an individual having a regret like, kama si fulani, I will be far. I don't need to have. So I think patriarchy has made us start blaming others for the consequences of our choices.
Yeah.
Or for our choices in general.
Yeah.
It's not even making you as a free thinker. Like if today I decide I want to do a certain thing, I will try to look how will society accept it. Of course, we are not talking about the things where you infringe the right of others, like robbery, but you just even following your heart. There's a way like society has made even me as a person, I'm not confident with my decisions.
Because you have to run.
I have to run it via different aspects of people.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm running via them because I think that it will be a plus. It's because I fear. It's because I think.
Oh yeah. It's not that they will sort of contributing to it.
Yes.
It's just because you fear how will they do it.
How will they judge it? How, like, a good example I was thinking about. I was talking to a person the other day. She's older, way older than me. And I was like, where do women get the notion as you need to get less money than your husband? Like your husband needs, like, oh, you can't buy a bigger car than your husband, or you can't buy a car before your husband. Like,
you have to buy a smaller car, yeah.
There are small things you get maybe in 1 out of 10 women. But you look at it and you're like, okay, maybe the woman would have wished to buy a big car. But she's thinking, no, my husband doesn't have a car. Why would I buy and he doesn't have a car? So, again, back to subconscious. So the society pulls you down. And as you've said, it's not only men who push it, even some women. Wewe unakaa bwana wako akifanya hivi. Wewe bwana wako anatoka kwa nyumba kaa hajapasa shati. It's not like I'm neglecting him.
It's personal grooming. Just say so I will wash you so that
exactly. So you find like the society expects you. Yeah. Not only the men, even the women expects you as a woman or someone who is married to do certain things. And I'm not against people doing that, by the way.
Yes.
If I love you enough, I will do it.
Not out of duty.
You don't need to scream around the house for me to do it.
You will actually do it.
And it also, I think also, I will divert a little to a certain small issue. From patriarchy, we sort of now force submission. The way I said things,
you force.
Things are straight out. Where does the issue of forcing submission come from? It's from that. I am the man. You should do this.
Yeah.
So if I treat you like a life partner, you are just my life partner. We are doing this life together. We both of us don't understand anything, but we will figure it out. Then I will have an issue. I won't have an issue doing things. But if you are like, I am the man of this house, you should. You see, it also brings other issues like forcing submission. If today I decide I'm going to teach married couples, or I'm going to mentor married couples, I should mentor them as if they are partners, life partners. They are not male and female.
Our subordinate and master.
Exactly. You're just two life partners. I'm
smiling because the advices that you get, you will find that people, the advice they give you, even when we fight with your spouse, or they're like, how did you speak to him?
Yeah.
Did you shout? So at the end of the day, it's the same thing even society does to victims,
Yeah.
Like even victims of rape and stuff. And I think I have talked about it here at some point. We never ask. It's never the fault of the perpetrator. It's never the fault of the person who either raped you, or if it's a husband, or if he hit you, or no, it's about how you talk to him. Did you trigger the man?
How did you dress? What time did you come home?
Yeah.
Like, this was a funny discussion. I even wrote it in my WhatsApp status. I was in school and this lady is like, women are born for men. And
really?
A man just can't slap you. You might have
Done
problems.
something.
Like, I was iliniwasha. I was like, this is my mother. Or this is a person who is someone's mother. And she's saying that a woman should do this. How will the child come back to her and say, this happened to me? How will she create a safe space? Now the fear is trickling down to the child. So I think, just back to where I was, we are life partners, or we are human beings, and even as a counselor or anyone is talking to people, they should just treat us as human beings.
Yeah, it's
no one sent another person to come in this world to raise you. It's not my duty to. You are not my firstborn. You are just my life partner.
No. They say that, hey, you've not.
Yeah, man, that is your firstborn. You are just my life partner.
But I always wonder, am I husband's firstborn?
I know. Am I not a baby girl?
See, I'm a baby girl.
I know. Pia mimi nataka ku.
No, you have to. You are created for the man. You need to. now every reference to you has to go through the lenses of a man. Also, I usually ask myself. So if I'm just walking on the road and then I have a creased shirt, do you ever think where does this girl have a husband? No. Or but if you find a man is like, ai na bibi yake alimwacha atoke hivyo. I know.
Wewe utaambiwa tu hawezi pata bwana.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Wewe you are not attractive.
So the goal through and through whatever you do as a woman is, but then we are speaking this in sarcasm because we are talking about the effects of patriarchy even in the society. So at the end of the day, the role of the woman is just to make a man. You were created for him. You are from his rib. They give all sort of explanations. Also, there's something they use, of which I know it's a counter that might come about. I mean, we need to appreciate the fact that we are different, and males and females have feminine energy and they have feminine roles, whereas men have masculine roles.
I know, but we're past that. I was thinking about it, Josie. If I can afford, or if I am in a position to pay help, to get a help, be it in plumbing, be it in electrical, why not do it? Whether I am a man with 6-pack or 10-pack, there's no issue. So what is the issue with now a woman leaving the house and asking help to help her and pursuing her dreams?
I think that's actually one of the effects of patriarchy that is perpetrated by women. The shaming that comes even with finding help.
Yes.
If you have a house help, or even if you have a house help, he cannot wash your husband's clothes.
I know.
He cannot wash your bedroom. I don't let people come to your master bedroom. These are helps also who can't cook for the husband. So it's me. Yes, I have a help at home, but I have to come from work and cook for him.
Yeah, and I also feel patriarchy makes a woman in general not accomplish the desires of her heart. Because for me, if I went to school, probably maybe I paid a lot of fees. I didn't just have a goal to get married. And I don't have a goal to cultivate my husband's dream. The goal is to cultivate mine.
No, you're supposed to support his vision. He's a vision bearer. They said women are the executors. So the husband has a skeleton, you execute it.
Yeah, and now you see, now what am I supposed to do with all my dreams and aspirations?
Shun them and support your husband.
Exactly. So again, another effect of patriarchy in the society. There's a story someone told me. They had applied. You know how to apply for a scholarship is hard. You go, you apply, and you get the scholarship, and you turn it down because a man is like, utaachia nani boma. And you're like, I think, really, if the tables were turned, if it was you who got the scholarship.
It's never like that. It's like, I'm going as big. It's never like that. And even, actually, what I think as we are talking, what, maybe, and that's actually the reason for this discussion is maybe we need to ask or talk to women, because as we are saying, many women enable patriarchy.
Yeah.
Because you intentionally lower yourself for the man. You intentionally put down your dreams for the man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, as we're saying, you are a woman with your brains and stuff like that. Why would you go through a whole process
Of applying,
and then just decide, oh no, he said I can't go, so I'm not going.
And maybe the funny bit is, maybe when the application was in secret. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the patriarchy has also made women to either choose career or family.
Oh yeah,
It's like you can't have both. And like, have you ever had a man being told either career or family?
No, even have you ever had a man who, when they are accomplished? So how do you balance family and what?
No one asks that. Even a woman herself, it's not like she wants. She might be in the office, but she's feeling guilty for leaving the child. And when she leaves the child, or when she's with the child, she's feeling guilty for delaying office work. Like, I think the whole thing has made now a woman not even be comfortable, not to know what is right or what is wrong. Hey, mtoto alikuwa mgonjwa, ulikuwa wapi?
Yeah.
Does anyone ask a man where were you when your child was sick?
Nobody. And it's the same bosses that won't give you a leave if you need to rush to the school to get your child.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to put it together in the office, don't bring family issues. But when your family falls, you're like, where are you as a woman? You're not in church, you're not praying enough, you're not serving him enough. It's always about you.
By the way, dude, I also feel like religious gaslighting leans towards pushing, like, I don't know the right English, but patriarchy also brings religious gaslighting. I go to you as a pastor. There was a story of someone who committed suicide because she felt the church failed her. Because that is where she went to get the advice. They weren't helping her.
Yeah.
So she was like, what can I do? Let me just commit suicide. So you can see how patriarchy is forming branches of many, even domestic violence.
Yeah.
Nikofi tu alikupiga. Like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Before ufikiwe nikofi alikupiga, is like, ulifanya nini? Like, there is always this checklist of, did you fulfill all these things, so that now we find the man. Like, it is not always like, because I feel like if I come and hit you right now, the first question should not be, what did you do? At the end of the day, it's me who took that. I mean, of course, we don't negate the fact that there's triggering and all these things, but at the end of the day as well, you need to be able to be able to control your reactions, to be able to control your whatever the triggering does to you. You need to be able to know now what action to take, because you can choose to walk away. Yeah, you can choose to be like, no, I'm not speaking. You can choose to speak back. But also you can choose to hit the person. So it's at the end of the day, we take the blame to the victim, whether it is, and then now before you get to really solving the issue of asking the guy, like, why did you do this, or taking action, you have gone through all these layers. Oh, women are emotional, or maybe you shouted to her, or maybe how did you speak to her, or don't speak on top of a man. Do they think what we feel also when you speak on top of us? But you see, these are narratives that has been so normalized in the society, and even in church, sadly so. Again, before we are told, I mean, again, I can't control how you understand, but it's okay. Before we are told that we are against the Bible, and we are questioning submission, I just want to say submission is earned.
Exactly. It's a reaction. It's not reaction. Someone explained to me submission so easily. Like, do you have a problem doing anything to your mother or father? You do it. You are happy to. You look forward to doing it. Because they have shown you love. And you know, whatever happens, or however life goes, I'll go back to these people. they will be there for me. They will show up for me. So submission is the same thing. Even you as a husband, I am likely to follow you if I see you are a leader,
Yes.
or if I trust your leadership, or I trust the direction you are taking me. But I don't even trust your I even don't trust your own decisions.
Yes.
How am I even going to submit to you?
And then actually women, if you want, you can comment. Like, it is very easy. I'm sure you'll be in different relationships. It is very easy to actually submit and follow a guy if that's what is needed, when you can see the leadership, when you can see him where he's going, when he's just ticking the right boxes of earning it.
Exactly.
But the problem is, you will be a mediocre kind of a person, but then you'll be like, I am the man. You need to do this.
I think those ones you just laugh and live. And I think for something that I learned too late is for me to just tell men off. I get a lot of ridicule, but if I feel this is not the right direction you're taking me, dude, this is not the right direction. This is not how I figured my life.
Because you're not stupid, you're a partner. It should be a partnership, not, as I said, it's not a master subordinate kind of a, like, if someone is going wrong, they'll be like, no, he's the one with the vision. So even if you're going, like, you're driving down a ditch, you should
tunaenda too. Like, as a woman, I should keep quiet, kneel, listen, and you really get angry.
Yeah.
So I think, like, in workplace, I'm sure even when you look, women in leadership in workplaces or in places in general, there are not many. Yeah. There are very few. Yeah. And even the few that are there, they like get 101 comments on how bad they are. Like, there's a small thing she can do, which a male counterpart can do, but the trolls that the woman will get when she's in a position of power is higher than what a man will get.
Do you think that's an issue of patriarchy?
I don't know. Why would a woman be trolled for a mistake more than a man? Because we believe that a man does less mistakes, or a man's mistake has a genuine reason why it happened. It's like, yes,
men are not emotional, so it was not a reactionary issue.
But you now see, like, already I have a perception. Yeah, your body.
Yeah, it's the lens that you, like, for a woman, there are many layers of the lens that you have to look at before now you can see her.
Yeah.
So behind her is moods, it's
emotion.
It is the fact that she's a woman and all that before you get to the person.
Hey, kwani unanyesha? Like,
yeah.
I can't just get upset. Your behavior is bad. I just can't.
So you, because it. No, the man. So you, because you are upset, is it because unanyesha?
Exactly.
Like, what is going? I mean, we don't refuse that. Again, that's a whole other discussion. There is hormones and all these things, but you cannot reduce all these things into that one thing about women. Yeah. Or even when you say you're sick, do you know how many people think it's because you're on a period?
Yeah. And I think that is how the patriarchy has affected in general. Or just thinking, we don't dispute that even women, we are wrong and we can fall short of things in the need, but we are not. Kwanza, thank God, you remember the post I posted about wanting to get a PhD so that I can be called doctor.
Yeah.
The length in which a woman goes to so that they can get a gender neutral title. You know how many you have a Mrs. You have to kama you are divorced, whether you're not yet married. A man just has one, Mr.
That's
whether we have Miss with an S, Miss with double S, and then we have Mrs. Man just has Mr.
And all these things are in line with the man.
Yes.
So you are a miss because you lack a man, a mess because you have an issue, or the man left, or you haven't gotten, and then you are a missus because you have a man. Oh wow, I've never thought about it like that.
We have so many titles still on a man. So you work for titles like doctor because at least, and still then even if you're called a doctor, you will be like, they will automatically think it's a he. Especially for doctors. There are doctors who don't use their middle name or first name. So I can decide Dr. Mreu. Automatically someone will think I I am I. So you like look at the lens at which women
Yeah.
even go to just escape the
Yeah.
gender
Yeah.
title. I think that's an entire whole
It's a
discussion.
So you agree that there are lengths that patriarchy has gone into sort of affecting men how we operate as a society.
Very true.
Yeah.
We like have to adjust. We are in a position where if you can't change it, accept it.
Do you think that's a good perspective?
Not really, but also the options presented to us are not much.
I'm not very much so. For the sake of peace.
For the sake of peace.
Do you know how many times I have had to say that even with people's comments?
Mm-hmm. For the sake of peace, breathe in, breathe out, go to bed. For the sake of peace.
Even though you're not okay with it.
Even though you're not okay with it. But I think me as a person, squeezy I speak, I cool down.
Nice.
There was a time, when I used to travel a lot, someone just wrote in my inbox, Pata mimba utulie. And I'm like, when you are in my inbox. And for some time I just...
Yeah.
And after some time I went back to his inbox. I'm like, why do you think I should get a member to do? And I was like, I am airing out my issues, whether you're going to answer it or not. But also as a person, you should realize, I want to travel because I want to travel.
When do we have to explain that?
It's not because I'm lacking something in life.
To do.
I'm not lacking.
Also in your traveling, you have very many single men there. Why are they not being told, Pata mtoto tulie?
I know. Now who told you kutulia was my issue? I can't. I've even asked myself if I want the kids in the first place. Like, there's so many assumptions you've made.
Yeah.
Wewe tu
So many
umeona,
assumptions, yes.
I need to get pregnant, nikae kwa nyumba.
Yeah.
And I be a wife, I be a mother. And like, that's the best I can offer.
That's what you are born to be.
I know the society has a long way to go.
So as you can see, like there are so many effects of. We have talked, I think, a lot about how patriarchy affects men and how patriarchy has affected the way we look at things in the society. So do you think there are ways that patriarchy has affected men?
Very few. They've just given them the weak male ego. I call it weak. Because that ego depends on how I react. I don't think you also did a video on that.
Mm-hmm.
A man's ego, why would it depend on how I treat him? If you are emotionally stable, if you are confident with yourself, how I treat you will show you it's not about me and you. It's just you. If I work on myself, I don't need everyone to bow down on me, kwa stairs for me to
They
feel...
will bow without you having to ask them to.
Exactly. So I think patriarchy has... Men now are forcing issues.
Yeah.
They are forcing things. Mm-hmm. They are forcing respect that they haven't earned because of that.
Because I think it's because of the expectation.
Yeah.
There's already an expectation that as a man, I should be treated like this.
Yeah, as a man, mimi ndio kuongea. As a man, and you're wondering, like, I have had male friends, and sometimes they even forget I'm a female. We deal with issues.
Homondo.
Tuko hapo. Like, that's how I like certain set of my friends, because I'm not a woman when I'm there. This is issues. You made me annoyed at a certain point. We are talking about it. We are dealing with it. You made me angry, not because I was on my period, but because of what you did. And you also have the ability to say, I didn't know it made you angry. This is how I viewed it.
Yeah.
And I will listen to your point of view.
We discuss outside the lens of
yes.
gender.
Yes, it will now be a discussion. Or what we do sometimes is just to reverse the cards.
Yes. We just...
just reverse the cards. Okay. Just say, this is how I was viewing it at my time. This is how you... And it's not like, when ni dem, ulikuwa tunazako hiyo siku. It's not that way. We are now dealing with the issue. So I think for me, I have had a small category of men I enjoy hanging out with them, because you see, like, how they treat you and everything. They don't expect you to bow down for them. They accept your contribution and everything. And if they differ, it's not like, oh, I go wrong, even you're right. Like, it's a discussion the same way they will talk to their peers. But I feel still there are men who have a long way to go.
I think you should say most men have a long way to go.
They have a long way to go.
And the sad thing is they don't realize it. And also the women with them don't realize it.
I know. Like the notion of a simple task like driving.
Oh yeah, that pisses me off a lot.
Huyo lazima ni mwanamke. Really? Like, is there somewhere written?
Yeah. Reducing, activities and roles because it's like it's only us who are meant to drive wrongly or badly or slowly. But the way you've said, for me, I have learned to call it out. It doesn't matter who is saying it, whether you are. I think I call out everyone. I called out my boss the other day, and he called me a rebel. I was like, I would rather you know the truth and you call me a rebel. Because whatever he was saying, I told him respectfully. I told him whatever you're saying is wrong and it should be like that. And I told him, he said something about women, and because I know he has 2 daughters, I was like, when you're saying that, are you thinking about your daughters? And then at the end of the day, as much as he said I was a rebel, he got the point.
Yeah.
But you see, the issue is we have normalized talking about these things so casually without knowing what that means to, or what that actually, it's a lens that we're using to judge or form prejudice before we even know. Because driving is a technical skill, has nothing to do with whether I am a male or a female.
Yeah,
there are very bad men drivers and there are very good women drivers.
And it's so traumatic. But for me, I call out, Kenya unaenda? No. Now, even if we find it was a woman, I'm like, that assumption was wrong. This particular one. So I have learned.
And someone also would say what we are talking about also, it's very particular to men. Agreeably, yes. I mean, the way you've said, the men who are perfectly okay and they understand these things and they don't put the lenses of, they have sort of worked to understand things and they're willing to learn like every other person. Even as women, there are things, I mean, we are not saying that we should be given but then if anything, I hate people who be like, oh, because you're a woman, pass. Like, no, I'm not passing. I'm on the line.
Maybe if it's for medical conditions, yes, but not because that I am a woman.
Or people who automatically, and you know, it's again, you have said, you have said how it gives them a weak male ego. I think there's another effect of patriarchy that I feel like has patriarchy as bestowed on men is they already have a preformed expectation that they are supposed to take care of things. Yeah. So even when you are like, every time I get surprised, and my friends who are watching, I know you are watching, will tell you, I always have an issue. Like, let's say, for example, when you're using a matatu, automatically, even if you're just an acquaintance or a friend, they automatically just pay my fare. Then I get offended. I'm just like, why are you paying my fare? I didn't ask you to pay my fare. Or you go to a hotel, you order things. Sometimes even a man will order something less of the price because of what you've ordered. Because automatically he thinks he's going to pay for your food. So when the bill comes, I even call out waiters. When they come and give the man the bill, I'm like, why did you give him the bill?
Put the bill in the middle of the table. And I also don't support giving the man money when you're going on dates.
Oh yeah,
so that he can pay. Like, for me, a date should be, I've asked you out on a date. If you didn't have the cash, you'll be like, Wangara, I don't have the cash. Then I'll be like, we can cost share.
Or I will pay for you.
It's not like I am not acknowledging you as a leader. I just have the money and I needed the date.
And you don't have the money at that point. Does not mean now you forever don't have money. Also, what is this issue? If you have the money, I have the money, I'm the leader, you're not.
Exactly. So you find people going through the hassle of giving the man money before. Anyone can pay. No one really cares. Do you think the waiter will remember you after you've left there?
But you see, also, as much as we are saying that, it is an expectation that a man feels automatically he's supposed to.
So it gives them the economic burden.
It is an economical burden, yes. And it's the same thing I was telling you about, like, also now what that means is like, she's an independent woman, she hates men. She doesn't I don't hate men, I just like taking care of my own responsibilities.
And there is no problem. Even when you go to the garage, Ebu, look at how a mechanic treats you when you're the one who has taken your car to the garage. And
they even doubt the problem of the car. They're like,
exactly. And then you're like, it's not even a comfortable space to be there. Men go there and sit in the garage and wait for their car to be done. Where you have to ask every step. You are ignored in some.
Yeah.
Kwanza hujapata mwenye wanakuuliza kaa bado ni wewe unalipa, or you are like, really?
I'm the one
who brought. Ama polisi akikushika alafu anakuuliza, madam, unapigia bwana wako akutumie pesa? And you're like, umenishika, I am the one with a mistake. Mimi na bwana yangu tunatokea wapi? You just deal with me.
Nikakupea imeandikwa jina yangu, sasa bwana
wangu anatokea akipigia bwana wako akupe pesa. Really?
Yeah, and actually that's a very good point to be, because now it takes me back to the meat of this conversation. Women and how we support patriarchy. Women and how we, even how maybe us, and maybe we can also think about ourselves really and be like, are these things that we are saying, do we really do them in our lives? Because I have found women who be like, I'm an independent woman, I do my own things. But at the end of the day, if you're married, for instance, you're like, his money is our money, but my money is my money. You are the people who you will be called on a date. You will ngara with your stilettos, 0 coins on your bag, because you expect the man to pay. And if he does not pay, he's a failure.
I know. Or you want an expectation. Umetoa mtu alikuwa anaishi nyumba ya 15k, when he marries you, you want a 2-bedroom worth 30k or 40k. But I think for me, when it comes to money, I'm not married, I don't know how money works in marriage, but for me, when it comes to money, I spend a month's money the way I would have spent money. So if you're giving me 3,000, or if I'm ordering food worth 3,000, do I have that 3,000 in the bag? Mm-hmm. So it's not like I'm ordering because you're the man. It's not like when I go into a hotel, I'm ordering the most expensive item on the menu because it's a man. And when I am alone, I just order chips. The way we've said chips.
Or you never go to
those hotels. Like, we don't even take ourselves out anymore.
Like, wait a minute, a man calls you out.
Yeah.
Actually, someone asked the other day, I've called you for coffee. Why are you ordering chicken tikka? Why? It is coffee. Why are you ordering? There's coffee there. Why are you ordering chicken tikka?
Yeah, and I need, like, even when a man calls me out on a date, even when he's called me for coffee and I order chicken tikka, if he asks me why, I'll be like, I feel like eating chicken tikka. And if there is an issue, if your budget isn't there, I feel
you order what is in your bag.
Yeah.
So don't don't put a burden on. There's no money does not have a gender.
Yeah, very true.
So the fact that he's a man does not mean automatically has a money. Also, we are not saying not get treated.
Yeah,
but also treat your man. Because you will be out here being like, he doesn't treat me. The last time he took me to the spa. When is the last time you did anything for him other than the money that he gave you?
Exactly. So I think even when it comes to money, it shouldn't have gender. It shouldn't be automatic. Yeah, there's no harm if I get a husband who is paid more than me. But I shouldn't decline a promotion or decline a job offer that pays me a lot because I will be paid more than my man. It should be a discussion. Or if, like, a good example.
What do you mean it should be a discussion?
Like, like how we spend money in the house. Yeah. It should be a discussion.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be I'm competing with you. I am mother superior to you because I'm paid 1,000
I think it's
more.
very sad.
Yeah. So it should be like, if tomorrow, what I used to do in my previous dating experiences, if I needed to go out, if I want to go with you, I'll be like, I want to go to this trip. Can you go? If you can't, I'll be like, I can't do both of us, but I really need the trip. So I am going. It's not because you're weak. I needed it. Yeah. And we have done the classes. We have put our mind together and we have seen.
Yeah.
It can only be done.
I mean, it's the same way. If a man wanted to, like, if he wanted to do something, and then it should be an open discussion. Hey, I can't do that now.
Exactly.
Like, or maybe let me just do it. Let me do this and this and this thing. I can't do this. It should be a discussion. But now, as women, will be there. Like, we'll go discussing about. You have stepped on the line. The way as women, we will go now discuss about how much money my man has and how we are the ones who actually put the worth of the man, how manly he is, if he has money or not.
Bwanangu anaendesha Mercedes, wako anaendesha not. Bwanangu anaendesha Maldives. Hey, napata uko na wako. I think it also puts unnecessary pressure on
and
men.
It's basically just women perpetrating patriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
The other one that I want us to talk about is the way we are raised as women. What is that? So in that part of women supporting, or other women being the main perpetrators of patriarchy, I feel like also how we are raised, like how you raise a baby girl, you raise her in that lens. You raise her to serve the expectations of patriarchy. Because I remember all the time an older woman, as even now, but now of course I'm also an older woman. I mean, so I just look at you, I'm just like,
you're raising another generation.
Yeah. But now they still try to bestow those things on you. I look at you, I'm like, what are these? But you are raised, the things that you are told as a woman, you shouldn't, like, it's always as a woman, and even though it's basic things like things that anyone can do and they're not genderized, you're told as a woman we don't do that.
You
as
remember
a woman,
there was a time the bill of getting land was passed, not like where a woman can now inherit things from the father.
It's just the other day.
Yeah. And you remember the negativity that was there. Hey, mwanamke si ataenda kwa bwana yake.
Yeah.
Like, I'm even set out of our home. I can't have...
Yeah. Where do we belong?
My father cannot give me a land, or my mother. Or because I should be married and be given a land somewhere else.
To be given a land, use the land that the husband has been given. You. And if you decide not to have a husband, you're done. You will die out without property.
Yeah.
It's also sad because, as you're saying, that's what unfortunately raises us with those mindsets. To serve a man, even dressing, don't wear like that because how will the man view you? It's never about do you feel okay in your miniskirt? Do you feel okay with your booty short? Oh no, that's immorality. Even I always wonder why. I mean, the society is like that. You have to shape everything
for the man.
Yeah, it's always how we view it.
I think the next one we should talk about that, right? Like, okay, but within me, imagine your regret going like, unajua bwanangu ndio aliniambia. Like, I'm suffering consequences.
So many women do that. What do you mean?
I'm suffering consequences of some, like, if I am to face consequences of anything, let it be of my own decision or outdoing. I'm like, enyewe hapa naumia, but I made the choice to do this. It's not like enyewe hapa naumia lakini ni bwanangu.
Yeah.
Or have you met women who have gone back to starting their life? I applaud them when they are 40. I applaud them.
I have, and that's my issue actually. That's the whole point. I wanted to ask you, do you know sometimes maybe we may hear being like, oh, we are fighting for rights of women or we're having these conversations, but first of all, I think as a woman, you need to sit and understand where you are at and the decisions that you're making. Are they for you?
Yeah.
Or are you doing it for someone else? If they're not for you, because some don't want it. Actually, the people, and that's the topic, people are okay in patriarchy. They're okay. And they're like, me, I have no issue with my man ruling over me. I don't see a problem. of course there is that, and I mean, if you're there, there's okay, so little that we can do. But also there are those who didn't, which is very sad. It makes me sad to think, to go through life thinking that you don't have options.
Yeah.
So there are those who don't feel. So if you're listening to us and you feel like you don't have options, we want to tell you that you actually have options. You can.
Yeah,
You can
there's
make,
always options.
yeah, you can make decisions. You can sit down and think about things and make decisions for you from your own understanding, not because this is how your mother told you, this is how you were raised, and this is how it is expected of you as a woman to act, or even as a man.
Yeah.
Because also there are men who are in this
Yeah.
oppressive kind of relationships.
Baby amemwambia anunue hapo gari ya 7-seater because the neighbor
Yes.
has a smaller car. Like they should always be a step
Yes.
higher because they are the man. Yeah, I know there are also men who are suffering from that.
Also this thing of I think I asked about it the other day. Women, why do women say that the issue of children, it's like the child is for the man?
I know.
Ati mtoto wako ana diaper, mtoto wako haja
Do I like those clips za baby mama drama?
What's wrong?
I literally really laugh at them. But okay, this is how I put my life. I always put, I just have told you before, I always imagine myself getting pregnant with triplets and my husband or partner bails on me. As a woman, am I able to take care of those triplets? I think that's
or even
there.
one,
or even that's 5. Or yes, am I able to take care of a number of children without having to follow up the man, without having to destroy my peace for him,
or suffer, or go to the streets?
Yes, yeah. So. Yeah, even me as a woman, I should take responsibility. It's not just the man alone. I shouldn't put all my shillings on the table for the man. I should also put 10 or 20 bob aside for me.
Your children and for you.
Yeah.
So I think women go through life, and that's why I really don't understand it. And if you want to say, oh, you don't have children, so you don't understand, trust me, we understand. The time that you're sleeping with that man and without using protection, or you're using protection, and then, I mean, by the time you're having sex with someone, there is a high chance you will be pregnant. However,
utaomba Mungu time isingie. Anyway.
Yeah, but we are saying, like, as a woman, let's also stop these double standards.
Yeah.
The child is not yours, it's not the man's, it is also yours. It is parenting, it is whatever, 50-50 or whatever, 75-25, whatever it is, you have a contribution. And your contribution cannot be, oh, I live with a child, I provide emotional, or I breastfed. So you wanted the man to breastfeed it, to breastfeed them. No, we're talking finances and resources. Like, you also need to be able to, unless you have a different relationship understanding. There are those who are just like, okay, I'm getting married to you and I just want you to bear children for me and breastfeed them. I will give you the money. If that's the kind of relationship you have, yes. But I think mostly we are talking about women who go through life, women who feel like they, or men who feel like they don't have options. Yeah. Like, the fate has been decided. This is how the world expects me to behave, so I behave it. No, you have options. You can think about things and make decisions accordingly. You don't have to make decisions based on what the society has taught you.
Because by the end of the day, you are alone with your own conscience. Yeah. So if you don't make it right with them, how are you going to make it right with the world? Yeah. And we're not talking as if we've made it in life. Honestly, we are also struggling. Yeah. But I think there are just some things that. Please don't be an example to other people's life. Yeah. Don't let someone look at you and be like, I don't want to grow to be like this person. Yeah.
Whereas there's a wealth of information and it's something that could be avoided.
Yes. Yeah. It's something that you as an individual just deal with the consequences you made for yourself, not one that someone made for you, or not because patriarchy needs you to stay with the husband. Yeah. That's why you are staying with the husband. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I think to end this, so that it's not very long, what do you feel like you would want changed?
One, I feel like we all are accountable of our actions and our lives. So yeah, we are allowed opinions, we are allowed to seek advice from other people, but as an individual, you need to take accountability of your life in any aspect, in your work, in the church. Choose how you want to live your life and go forth and live it. Just don't expect that my husband or my church should lead me. Lead yourself. Like if I have good energy, I'm likely to spread it to you. So if I lead myself in a nice way, I am likely to influence those around. So let's work on ourselves. Let's lead ourselves such that when another person shows us a way or wants to communicate to us something, it's not a competition, it's not a fight, it's a positive impact because I understand myself and I have worked on myself. So I'll take it as a positive thing, not as a fight or her wanting. Kwanza the common term amenikalia. Please, let's just stop saying someone amekukalia. Let's be people of choice. And let's make our own choices. Let's lead ourselves in a way, because if I lead myself, I'm likely to know my boundaries. I'm likely to know what I can take, what I can't, and everything.
Yeah, I think in our subsequent videos, because we will do this. For me, I want to encourage people to, especially women, to live choicefully, as you've said, but also other than that, just know that you have options. It is really a bad situation to be in, living a life where you feel like you don't have options.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have options, but I think the fear is because some of these options that you have or choices that you have, they are really hard. First of all, you might not have the right, everyone might not be cheering you on. So when, like for instance, if you decide to defy some things that you feel have been oppressive for a while, you will not have the support. Even your own girls will not support you. They might actually talk about you or just not give you the emotional or whatever kind of support you need. Your own mother will be like, what are you doing? I did not raise you to be like this. But at the end of the day, you need to make a choice if you really want to. And at the end of the tunnel, it is a better life than just living in the oppression. So true. you might not like the process, because you might not get the kind of support as you may expect, but just know that you have options. Some of these options may take time, may take your emotional
it will be a burden to you,
emotionally burdening, but just know there are women like us who exist, who will be able to. So it's just for you to go out there and find the right kind of support if you can. Even if no one supports you, try.
Fly.
It's hard, but
try. Because really, everyone has an opinion, but you rather regret your own. Again, regret your own choices.
Not choices that
opinion of people don't feed you. Trust me, we can. I think if I convert the opinions into money,
we'll be rich.
Millionaires.
We wouldn't be going to work.
Can someone start paying us?
Me, if I converted the things I have been told on my inbox. First of all, if you want to troll me online. So me, I don't fear you. You're the one who is fearing. Don't troll me on my inbox. Come there on my comment sections here and write it there so that we see you.
Yeah, but I feel let's fly. Yeah. Again, patriarchy, to me, it's a scam. To me, it's my opinion also. To me, it's a scam. So lead yourself. Lead yourself in a way that you will be comfortable being led. In a way that when you're left alone, when you're 40 or 60, you feel like you led yourself right or you led yourself wrong, but it's you who led yourself. Not that you're in the wrong path because someone else did for you. So find your own leadership, so long as you don't infringe on other people's right. Take your space and just enjoy that space.
She said what she said. After that,
What are you talking?
We thank you so much for watching up to this far. If you've watched, if you like this, you can subscribe.
Yes.
And most importantly, like this video and share it, and come back again, because we will be back another time, next time, and
suggest your topics.
Yeah.
Very
Exactly.
important.
Yeah. But then people, again, I don't know why people always come to my inbox. What is it? But it's okay. Even if you want to suggest in my inbox, it's fine.
Suggest your topics.
Yeah.
We are here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you so much and see you next time.
Bye.